house. Big Zeus. It's the people's house. Big Zeus. Pull up to the gate, 1600 on the map. Supposed to be the people's house, I make it like a trap. Marble floors and chandeliers, I'm balling through the wall. Power to the people, yeah, I gotta make that call. Trapping for the team, red and white and blue, that's me. Voices on the block, I'm breaking through, I got the keys. I'm in the lobby, yeah, I'm moving like an OG. Posted in the Oval Office in the executive suite. Signing for the fam, yeah, you know my game's strong. Freedom is the banner, and I got my chains on. Secret Service watching snipers sitting on the roof. Truth is hitting hard, I bury you inside the booth. Founding father's vision, yeah, I'm flexing with this cash. Big pharma, big tech, turn these dreams to bag. I'm the voice of the hood, trying to come and storm the gates. Balance in my hand, but the system's overweight. They painted white, yeah, but the stains running deep. Promise they selling it, but you know it ain't coming cheap. Legends walk these rooms, Lincoln, MLK, now it's photo ops, power plays, all day I'm trapping for the vote. Big Zeus, it's the people's house. Big Zeus, powers in the air. Big Zeus, we knocking on the door. Big Zeus, we wanna hear your soul. Yeah.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen.
They asking for that smoke. People, them players, yeah, y'all think this is a joke. Take it back and write the code. 16 minutes, write your soul. Put my portrait on the wall. They staring at me like I'm cold.
Greatest story ever told. I would never ever fold. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Yes, we are on the backup.
Make your dreams come true. All I need is a spark. Red phone ringing, but you don't know who is on my line. Got the Constitution jumping, yeah, you know I'm so divine.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you all. Share the screen, tap the screen, share the live, get it out there. We're on the backup to the backup, all right, ladies and gentlemen. So you know it's going to be a lot more work to do, but we're going to do it. All right, let's get this show started because we don't got much time. Good morning, Ange. Nice to see ya. There she is. Yes, you know what we came to do, ladies and gentlemen. Good morning.
Shout out to Heavy.
It's like a curse, and I can't escape it.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Zena. Good morning, Queen Flea. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen.
Deja vu when I'm running up these racks. I'm like the Terminator screaming, I'll be back. Deja vu when I first class. It's like every week I gotta take out the trash. I'm on top of my game, ahead of the class. You can tell that I made it, look at my grass. Cars
Let's
in the
go.
garage, your tanks full of gas. I play the game so raw, I won't finish last. Sitting in my living room screaming how we made it. This is how it's supposed to happen when you
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen.
The algorithm turned into a maniac. I guess we going viral cause my zodiac. I got all these numbers on my spreadsheet. Benjamin Franklin is my bestie. And if they use my ex, that mean they left me.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen.
They text me. I say it with my chest cause I'm in it.
Right. Got a lot of confidence and they say I'm conceited. That's fine. There you go. Let's do it together.
I'ma take off
There you go.
shit.
I'll tell you what, I haven't gone into Zeus's live in a couple of days.
They're sitting out there reporting right now.
It was horrible.
Uh-oh.
I'm like, Zeus has gone way off the rails.
It's like deja vu.
It hurts every time.
It's like
It
deja
does,
vu.
right? Good morning, ladies and gentlemen.
It's like deja vu.
It really does.
It's like deja vu.
All right, good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the show. Yes, we're back in the Thunderdome. This is the Thunderdome 3.0. The Thunderdome 1.0. Apparently, sparks fly so much that you know what TikTok does. And it doesn't honestly bother me, ladies and gentlemen. I just get out here and do what I do, all right? Because at the end of the day, I say it like this, isn't it better that if you go out trying than to be not trying at all? And so what I want to do is give you all a huge round of applause because at least all of us are waking up every day trying to save this great country of ours. Speaking of that, let's take care of some very important housekeeping items. For those of you who don't know who I am, I go by the name Zeus, or some like to say Triple H. And why do they call me Triple H, ladies and gentlemen? It was quite simple. The first H is, well, because I'm honest. I'm the most honest person on social media, hands down, all right? The second H as well, it's because I'm humble. Listen, if I get it wrong, I have no problem apologizing or just saying, or flat out saying, I don't know. I think where we're at, ladies and gentlemen, is we're at a point now where people really need to just set their pride aside and admit they don't know everything. If you knew everything, then why are you on TikTok, right? The last and the final H, ladies and gentlemen, which arguably is probably one of the most important H's of them all, it is because I am and will always remain, you've guessed it, what? The most handsome. Thank you. And you know, I got a friend out here, Nutty. Sometimes Eugene, even Q-Dog. They all get really... And Dr. Lex, too. You got to watch these guys because they love trying to come after the handsomeness, but it never works, all right? I'm all three H's, and I'm not lacking in either of those categories. Now, many of you are familiar with what we do over here on this side of TikTok. This brand of entertainment, education, and engagement is kind of second to none. What we do is we confront these MAGA demons, these folks who are hell-bent on destroying our country. We confront them in real time in an effort to save them from obviously what we all know they're going to be facing, which is total destruction, right? And so we do that by trying, and you know, it's getting harder, but you got to understand there's folks who are watching this show and maybe this is their first time hearing it, right? And so they're watching a magician at work. I'm the magician, right? And so you got to let them just say whatever they say, because if you've been following MAGA, they're their own worst enemy. All right. Their words are their own worst enemy. Like, for instance, the thing is out. Donald Trump's worst enemy is who? Who's Donald Trump's worst enemy? Does anyone know who's Donald Trump's worst enemy? I'll give you a clue. He's in my background. He's in my background. W. Zeus. Thank you. And every MAGA's worst enemy is themselves. All right. And all you got to do, you don't got to get worked up with these folks. Just let them talk themselves into an oblivion, all right? And I'm an expert at it because they could get out there and they could say nasty things about me in the comment section. They can go racist, you know, because I'm not racist, Zeus, so you're anti-racist. Yes, Zeus. Okay, so that means you support DEI. Bing! What do you mean? Well, they don't know being anti-racist means you support DEI. So these people, they don't know. I was talking to a Trump supporter the other day, and you know what's something that we all got to start asking MAGA? How many of his rallies have you actually sat down and listened to, MAGA? And I talked to somebody, and they said, "Oh, I barely listened to his rallies. I was always working. I didn't really listen to what he was saying. I didn't think he was going to do what he's doing with the mass deportations." And I said, "See, that's the difference. I've listened to Donald Trump's rallies for years. What Donald Trump is doing now, it's not surprising to me, but it's surprising a whole lot of folks." And so what I'll say is this. Are there any Trump supporters out there this bright and early in the morning? Anybody out there still supporting Donald Trump? Anyone out there still supporting Donald Trump? Good morning, all of you lovely folks out there. Good morning. Anyone out there still supporting Donald Trump? Because this part of the show, it doesn't take long for me to do. I'll just say this. Okay, yep, I see someone. All right, now, honestly, I'm a nice person. All right, if you ever get a chance to get to know who I am, I'm very, very nice. But you ever seen, like, you know, I like to think of it like Mamba mentality. You know who Mamba is. This is Kobe Bryant. He says, when I get on the court, I'm not somebody to play with. So I want MAGA to understand, when I'm doing my show, I'm really not somebody to try to get up here and play around with. You're going to get the animal. You're going to get the beast, because I have a country to save. So if you don't want Big Zeus to hurt your feelings, you don't want me to ruin your breakfast, your lunch, and your dinner, and everything in between, I'm just going to give you a heads up. Don't step on this court, because it's going to get very uncomfortable for you. I promise you it will. It will. But get this. You don't got to take my word for it. Listen to your leader.
If you're not happy here, then you can leave. As far as I'm concerned, if you hate our country, if you're not happy here, you can leave.
Thank you.
If you're not happy in the U.S., if you're complaining all the time, very simply, you can leave. You can leave right now.
Yeah.
Come back if you want. Don't come back. It's okay too. But if you're not happy, you can leave.
All right, so the doors to the Thunderdome now, they've officially closed. Sparks are going to start flying. And honestly, it doesn't bother me anymore, because I really do believe saving this great country of ours is honestly one of the most important things to do. Now, I hopefully have a guest that I checked in with yesterday, Brianna, I believe. She has a very harrowing story to share with the kingdom. Hopefully, she'll be able to come up right after I do my monologue, because I need to make sure we get this information out. But before I start doing that, I think, you know what I got to do? We got to take care of some certified kingdom business, and we got to do some rounds of Lake of Fire, because God's judgment is truly upon this country. Ladies and gentlemen, what do I want to say? What do I want to do in terms of judgment this morning? All right. Oh, yeah. So we have a MAGA demon, ladies and gentlemen, to send straight to hell this morning. All right. For this is what, and this could be a trigger warning, so I want to give everyone a heads up. This is called an attempted kidnapping, so to speak. And what we'll do is, you know how this narrative out there is, they think folks coming into this country illegally. This is what MAGA says. We got to know who's coming in the country, because guess what? These people could do very bad things. Oh, Lake and Riley. They throw all of these things. And you got to learn something, ladies and gentlemen. The greatest trick the devil ever pulled on humanity was convincing people the devil doesn't exist, right? And so what we're looking at, ladies and gentlemen, is arguably another instance of that. The real dangerous folks in this country, as far as I'm concerned, aren't really the immigrants. No. It's not them. No, it can't be. It can't be when you know American history. There's a pattern. Who went to Africa and grabbed the slaves? Who went and did that? All right. Who's been, when the Native Americans and the indigenous folks were here? Oh, we're going to put smallpox in the blankets and, biological. Who? The profile. I'm not going to say it. I'm not going to say it, because then they're going to try to say I'm playing identity politics. But they know who they are. So these criminals, these bad guys, they try to do these bad things in America, and they go, don't look at us, look at them. And they point to the people of color. And so what I'll do, ladies and gentlemen, is this. And I could get into some heat for this, but I think at this point, ladies and gentlemen, I want you all to listen to this story about this MAGA demon, and then we're going to go ahead and send them straight to hell. Does this look like an immigrant to y'all? Does that look like an immigrant to y'all? Listen to what this so-called American did.
Tonight on the 10 o'clock news, these terrifying moments caught on surveillance video. An attempted kidnapping after a robbery in St. Johns County.
This is a forcible felony. This is a kidnapping in progress. And it is safe to assume that her life is in immediate jeopardy.
That attempted abduction happened 2 weeks ago at a shopping plaza off State Road 206 in St. Augustine.
The St. Johns County Sheriff's Office just released that surveillance video this afternoon. News4Jax reporter Eric Avenier joins us live in St. Augustine tonight from outside the business where the attack.
Can y'all hear this? Can y'all hear this? Can y'all hear what's going on? Does y'all see this? Okay. So, I just wanted to make sure this isn't an immigrant or anything. This is one of those homegrown ones Donald Trump was talking about.
Happened.
Well, investigators say it all started as a robbery inside this smoke shop that transitioned into an attempted kidnapping of the store clerk. Now, they say that she fought back and she screamed, and according to our crime and safety analyst, that may have been what saved her life.
An attempted kidnapping caught on video. The victim is a store employee. Her alleged kidnapper is identified by law enforcement as 31-year-old Theodore Tuntendor, an unhoused man who, according to investigators, stole this pickup truck from Jacksonville.
So, you can go look up this story on your own, ladies and gentlemen. I looked at this story and I said, oh, this isn't a black person. Oh, wow, this isn't an immigrant. Who is this? And I saw this suspect and I said, this is a MAGA demon right here. This is certified MAGA demon. I promise you this person didn't vote for Kamala Harris. I promise you they didn't. 100% of the time, these people, and this is out there in the red state of Florida. How many people think he should be sent to Alligator Alcatraz? Okay, see, they don't think he should be sent to Alligator Alcatraz. Well, guess what I do? But you know what? I don't have a heaven or hell to put these folks into, but actually I do. So, ladies and gentlemen, what I'll do is this. Why don't we do this? Let's go ahead and warm up the Lake of Fire, ladies and gentlemen. Because once again, I've debunked another lie, another conspiracy. I did, right, Wakanda? I debunked another lie and another conspiracy that it's always the immigrants that are doing harmful things and going after women. No, it's not. We know who they are, and they're Trump supporters. Ladies and gentlemen, let's go ahead and send them where they came from, straight to hell.
Silence, you matter daily.
W Big Zeus, ladies and gentlemen. All right, now let's go ahead and do some more updates in terms of where we are at. How many of you yesterday heard Donald Trump call? Wait. How many of you are still? Anybody out there still support Donald Trump? I want to make sure I get this right. Okay, I see CD. See, CD. Here's the thing. You're going to try to get under my skin, right? And you got to understand, when I'm trying to win, none of those things work, bro. You can ask Snuggles. You can ask the Russian Bears. I've been through their boot camp before, so your boot camp is nothing. And they lost, I won. If you don't have the ability to sit down and actually get the thought across in a way that's actually productive and constructive, then honestly, you're wasting my time, all right? Because at the end of the day, what this is an opportunity for you to learn how to become a better person. On top of that, and also an opportunity for you to repent. W Zeus. Now, somebody wrote CD means cross-dresser, and I heard that too from Val. W Val. Yeah. Just stick to doing what you all do, MAGA. Go ahead. You know they like to just go, oh, I'm going to report Zeus because he's telling us the truth. But you listen to that guy that came onto my show, ex-MAGA Dog. He said something to me that's very profane, powerful. He said, Zeus, in a way he said it like this: I heard you before, but I didn't take it serious because the way you're delivering all of this truth, it doesn't seem like it's that possible for what you're saying to be true, because it seems radical and it seems far out. But guess what happened? Oh, Donald Trump started doing exactly what Zeus said. What did he do? Oh, he weaponized the federal government, and he's going after you, American citizens. Oh, no, I'm getting immigrants only. No, I'm only getting the bad ones. No, he's getting anybody he can because he has to get a quota, right? So they starting to understand that the stuff that I'm saying, as radical as it sounds, 9 times out of 10, it's true. So you better wake up. You better wake up and get it right before it's too late. Now, I asked if there are any Trump supporters out there because I wanted to make sure we're all on the up and up. Now, on my show all the time, when I talk to Trump supporters, I say, you know what Donald Trump thinks about you?
You're either stupid or you hate the country.
Don't I say that all the time to him? Don't I say that to him all the time? I play that clip and they go, oh, W. Thank you, Uncle. And they say, no, Trump never said that about me, Zeus. Trump would never say that about me. You're doing your little thing where you get the audio and then you're editing it and making it seem, but he never said that about me. This is how they acted when I brought him up and I played that for him. Well, yesterday, we all got to hear Donald Trump admit it. And honestly, I don't understand why MAGA is so mad, because honestly, this is probably one of the rarest times that he's telling the truth about his base.
I don't want to move past all this intrigue over the Epstein files, but I do want to ask you to clarify something you said this morning. You said this was all a hoax. Has your attorney general told you this was a hoax? What evidence have you seen?
No, it's not the attorney general. No, I know it's a hoax. It's started by Democrats. It's been run by the Democrats for 4 years. You had Christopher Wray and these characters and Comey before him. And it's a bad group. It started, actually, look at the Steele dossier. That turned out to be a total hoax. The 51 agents, the intelligence, so-called intelligence agents, it was a hoax. It's all been a big hoax. It's perpetrated by the Democrats. And some stupid Republicans and foolish Republicans fall into the net. And so they try and...
You hear what he just said? Any of you fell into the net? Any of y'all, but who out here is a Republican and says, I need to see the e-files? Because you know what Donald Trump just did? He just called you the S word.
Do the Democrats work? The Democrats are good for nothing other than these hoaxes. They're bad for policy. They're bad for picking candidates that can get elected. Like in New York, we have a communist running. He may get elected too, actually, but he'll destroy the city. No, it's I call it the Epstein hoax. It takes a lot of time and effort. Instead of talking about the great achievements we've had, a great gentleman yesterday, as you know, went on CNBC and he made the statement that Trump may go down as the greatest president of all in the United States. And instead of talking about the things we've achieved, we've had tremendous achievement. They're wasting their time with a guy who obviously has some very serious problems. who died 3-4 years ago.
Are you sure?
I'd rather talk about the success we have with the economy, the best we've ever had, and all of the things we've done, including in the Middle East. I mean, you see it. Instead, they want to talk about the Epstein hoax. And the sad part is it's people that are really doing the Democrats' work. They're stupid people.
You heard them. You heard them. How many of y'all still support Trump after he just said that to you? You want to know? I didn't want to do this, but this is definitely worthy of Lake of Fire. Remember this? Remember this, ladies and gentlemen? Remember this? Y'all remember this? You know, these are the people that supposedly they went to the White House and they got the e-files, phase 1. Remember? And this was all over social media. They got phase 1, ladies and gentlemen. And so the question, these S people, you know, he calls them S people. You have to ask yourself, and this is why I say he's telling the truth, because these people, guess who got them there? Guess who had these people at the White House? Obama, President Biden, Hillary Clinton had these silly people at the White House with those binders, right? This is crazy work. This is diabolical at levels I never knew. Obama, Biden, and Hillary Clinton, while Trump was president, had these silly people show up to the White House, take the bait, go back out all over the internet and say, hey, we have the bait. Yeah. And y'all fell for it. Y'all fell for this. This is why your dear leader says y'all are a bunch of silly people. I got to keep it clean because you know my mom is watching. So, ladies and gentlemen, let's go ahead and warm up the Lake of Fire once again. We got to send all Trump supporters at this point, if you're still supporting him, especially you, but all of them who fell for this trap that Barack Obama set 10 years ago with Hillary Clinton and Joe Biden. Let's go ahead and send them where they belong, straight to hell.
Silence! You matter daily!
Zeus. I'm on the Dark Zeus account, all right? And so when you're Dark Zeus, you got to go a little darker in order to get your point across. So I apologize in advance for anyone that might be, you know, especially my mutuals. You're going, Zeus, why are you so turned up? It's because I'm very angry, to be quite honest. But if you're a Trump supporter and this message is making you want to have convulsions and you get upset and you want to hit that, you know, that button, oh, I'm going to try to take Zeus down. Just do us all a huge favor.
If you're not happy here, then you can leave. As far as I'm concerned, if you hate our country, if you're not happy here, you can leave.
Thank you.
If you're not happy in the U.S.,
I'm
if you're
giving it to him
complaining
again.
all the time, very simply, you can leave. You can leave right now. Come back if you want. Don't come back. It's okay too. But if you're not happy, you can leave.
All right, so I'm going to do a couple of more updates, and then we're going to go to the chat and talk to anybody who's brave enough to get up here and share out anything that they think the American people need to know. And by the way, W to the chat, all right? I got to give a shout out to my chat and all of you because y'all found a way to find me on this page, and you know, we normally try to get as many folks in here to hear the message, and so I think we're doing pretty good. We're almost got 900 people, ladies and gentlemen. Let's go. Now we're going to hear from our good friend Lawrence O'Donnell, ladies and gentlemen, who's going to go ahead and put all of this in perspective in a way that only he can, all right?
Tonight on this program, for the first time, you are going to hear the words Trump and stupid in the same sentence, but not in the order you might expect. Right. Not in the way you have heard those two words used on this program many times
This
before.
is real.
Because today is the day when Donald Trump finally said something that, now that he's actually said it, kind of seems inevitable. It is an historic turn for Donald Trump.
Right.
It is a brand new use of the word stupid by Donald Trump. And it is the most important Trump usage of the word stupid.
Get him, Lawrence.
Ever.
Get him.
Because today, for the first time, Donald Trump called Republicans stupid.
I could be right.
And he means millions of them. That was his word for Republicans who have been religiously devoted to him, Republicans who think of him as chosen by God. Donald Trump turned on those Republicans today and called them stupid and said the thing that no smart politician has ever said before.
What did he say?
Ever.
What did
Donald
he say?
Trump said, I don't want their support anymore.
I want to get rid of this.
Did you hear this, MAGA? He says, I don't want your lousy support anymore.
I have often said on this program and elsewhere that no one insults the intelligence of Trump voters more than Donald Trump. No one thinks less of the intellectual capacity of Trump voters than Donald Trump. And he has always proved that in the way he pathologically lies directly to them about things that they know are not true. Donald Trump has always thought that he can do that to his supporters because he believes that they are not, in Donald Trump's mind, the kind of sharp people that he was trying to deal with in New York in his business career.
Yeah.
Now, I have never once been able to predict what could separate the most fervent Trump supporters from Donald Trump.
Right.
What could possibly get Donald Trump
Yeah.
to publicly call them stupid and say, I don't want their support anymore.
Right. What could do it?
They never seemed to mind being lied to about tariffs. Trump supporters never seemed bothered by the nasty intellectual insults he used to hurl at them at his campaign rallies and his speeches when he told them that other countries would pay the Trump tariffs that they were going to have to pay.
Right. Hey, Pip, are you still here, Pip? Yesterday we were having a conversation. Now, Lawrence is going to be a lot harsher to you, but you get what he's saying. That $27 billion surplus that you were so thrilled about, Pip, that's your money he took. And he got you sitting on TikTok acting like it's the best thing since button-up shoes, Pip. Have you lost it? You Trump support. I tell you, this is why I get so upset sometimes, all right? Because look at what they've doing. Look at what you've done to this country. We're going over elementary concepts with you folks. And now we're at the point where he has to call you what you are. Silly people.
They never seemed excited about the Trump tariff passages in those speeches, but they were never bothered by Trump's public insults of them based on Trump's belief that not one of his voters knows what a tariff is. That insult didn't bother Trump voters, apparently. No political opponent of Donald Trump has been able to do anything that could separate Donald Trump from Republicans, get Donald Trump to call Republicans stupid and say, I don't want their support anymore. The only person who could do that is the person who said he was Donald Trump's closest friend for 10 years. And who killed himself in prison. While awaiting trial on federal charges of sex trafficking. Jeffrey Epstein, the person standing beside Donald Trump in that blue shirt in that video right now.
We got you. We got him.
Jeffrey Epstein.
Yeah.
Is the name Donald Trump never wants to hear.
Oh.
But Donald Trump's problem is the Jeffrey Epstein scandal that now surrounds Donald Trump and the Trump administration is very easily understood by reporters and the public and Trump voters, and people are paying attention to the name Donald Trump doesn't want them to ever hear. A new poll shows that 62% of registered voters are closely following the news about the Epstein files. 63% disapprove of Donald Trump's handling of the Epstein files, with 17%, only 17% approving of Donald Trump, saying there's nothing to see here. No one causes more problems for Donald Trump than Donald Trump, and so Donald Trump's first solution to his Epstein problem was to try to change the subject with new tariff announcements every day or utter absurdities that are very simple and easy to understand, but Donald Trump would say if he believed that Republicans' attention could be diverted because, as Donald Trump said today, they are stupid. That's his belief. And on the belief that they are stupid, last week, Donald Trump went back to a long-held target of his, Rosie O'Donnell, saying in a social media post, I am giving serious consideration to taking away her citizenship.
So as you can see, MAGA, he's trying to distract you with all of these situations with Rosie O'Donnell, these terrorists. Oh, maybe we should go bomb another country, perhaps. He will do anything. He's a desperate person. He's cornered right now, MAGA. And this is all your own doing. Yeah. How does it feel? Honestly, for those of you who are still in the cult, how does it feel? I just got to ask you. And please, if you were intelligent, where's the demon emoji, Little Hawk? I didn't do it on this account. I need to do it, right? But I won't even be on this account. I'll be on the other account tomorrow. But we'll get to that too, right? It's a good question. MAGA, how does it feel to know that your dear leader doesn't value you as a human being anymore? Yeah. Yeah, I mean, because guess what? You know, I had to go check it out yesterday. I said, this guy is running a cult. Donald Trump's running a cult, MAGA, and whether you want to acknowledge it or not, he is. I did a video about it. Number one, he's demanding absolute loyalty from you, and if you don't give it to him, guess what? You are out of there, and you're going to get attacked too. So this is how you know it's a cult. Just go check out what happened to, Jim Jones, all right? I mean, this is what cult leaders do. Number two, what is he doing? Oh, it's the I'm a victim, and it's the whole us versus them mentality. He blames all of this on Obama, Biden, and Hillary Clinton. He's the most powerful president. Look at them. Look at this, MAGA. Look at him. Look at this. Check this out, MAGA. Am I lying? Look at it. Hold on. Doesn't he look like the most powerful person on earth? The most successful 6 months of any president. But yet and still, Barack Obama is back at it again with Biden and Hillary Clinton. Make this make sense, MAGA. It doesn't. The only way it doesn't, and the reason it doesn't, is because, like he says about you,
you're either stupid or you hate the country.
W. Zeus. Let me give him a little dose. Should we give him a little bit more? Let's go ahead and let Midas Touch explain it to you, MAGA.
You can't make this stuff up, folks. Donald Trump appears to have decorated the Oval Office to look just like the office area in Jeffrey Epstein's home. I mean, just take...
So, I didn't know this, but this adds insult to injury. You got to go check this out. If you haven't, check it out. It's on the Midas Touch page. He has a photo of the Epstein's house and then the Oval Office. And he's decorating the Oval Office like Jeffrey Epstein's fireplace. MAGA, how many more clues do you need? How many more clues? W. Zeus.
Look at the government exhibit.
I don't have the photo.
Sex trafficking case against Epstein, and look at the Oval Office. Oh, by the way, yesterday, Donald Trump fired the lead prosecutor in the Epstein criminal sex trafficking case and in the Ghislaine Maxwell sex trafficking case.
He got rid of the prosecutor too? MAGA. Come on, MAGA. Do you need some jumper cables? Do you need Big Zeus to get the jumper cables out and get you a little jump start up here? Because this isn't making any sense. How many more clues does this man need to leave you before you realize he is him? W. Zeus. See, yeah, we're gonna. Have you been to Zeus's live? He's off the rails. Yeah, because we got a country to save.
Also happened to be the daughter of James Comey. That was the prosecutor, Maureen Comey. And now Donald Trump is accusing James Comey of being the real person behind the Epstein files. That Comey and Obama and Biden and Clinton came up with the Epstein files in order to hurt Donald Trump. That's what he's going with. I'm going to do a whole other video on this morning.
Yeah.
But he's giving Ghislaine Maxwell now a golden ticket for a retrial because she's just going to argue, look, my sex trafficking trial was tainted because the lead prosecutor's father, according to the president of the United States, was the person responsible for the hoax against me. So you see what Donald Trump's doing? In addition, he's basically shut down any investigation into the co-conspirators of Epstein that were still ongoing.
Wow!
It's right in plain view what's taking place, folks. And by the way, for all of these, MAGA supporters, like, we didn't see it. This is such a shock to us. Donald Trump, during his campaign, would give speeches. And he would do them, for example, at high schools, where he would talk about how, he doesn't like golden showers from hookers. This is what he would say. This was at an Iowa high school during the campaign. And he would talk about getting urinated on by hookers. I mean, listen to what he says. Here, play this clip.
He was with 4 hookers. You think that was good that night to go up and tell my wife, it's not true, darling, I love you very much? It's not true. Actually, that one she didn't believe because she said he's a germaphobe. He's not into that,
Wow.
He's not into golden showers, as they say they call them. He's not.
This is your dear leader.
I don't like that idea. No, I didn't. I thought that would be a big problem. I was going to have a rough
in a
night,
high school.
That one she was very good on. She said, no.
So, ladies and gentlemen, we don't need to go any further. I think judgment has arrived. Obviously, the cult right now, it's like a chicken without its head, all right? It's running around. They don't know what's up, down, left, right any longer because their dear leader, the emperor, has no clothes, so to speak, right? And so what I'll do is this, ladies and gentlemen, let's go ahead and warm up the lake of fire once again. For all of you so-called Christians, you so-called conservatives out there, you so-called Republicans, you so-called MAGA demons, do us all a huge favor. Stop it. And that's it. I'm just going to say, stop it. All right? Because nobody's buying it. Not even your dear leader. And then do me another huge favor and go straight to hell. Yeah.
Silence, you MAGA demon.
W Zeus. All right, ladies and gentlemen. Now, I want to remind folks just about how serious these things are, and this has to do with immigration in this country. I saw this video, and I said, here we are once again. I was going to do it yesterday, but I had all that stuff happening, but I got to get this on the record. This is a disabled vet who said they were wrongfully detained during last week's immigration raid out here in California. And so what we're going to do is we're going to get this on the record because I don't want to hear people say this. They're not doing anything to harm veterans, talking about the Trump administration. They're not doing anything to harm Americans, talking about the Trump administration. No, they are. And this is one of thousands, and I do mean thousands of stories. Because remember, we were told they were only going to get the bad ones, right? But it turns out it doesn't matter who you are. You better wake up.
25-year-old George Rotez reached out to Eyewitness News to tell his side.
Sasha, you said still better than Biden? Send me a guest request, Sasha, if you don't mind. And I'll give you an opportunity. I'll give you the floor. I'll give you 2 minutes flat to explain to all of us why what Donald Trump is doing is better than Biden. Send me a guest request.
End of the story. He says 25-year-old George Rotez reached out to Eyewitness News to tell his side of the story. He says he was wrongfully detained last Thursday while reporting for his security job at Glass House Farms. He says he identified himself as a U.S. citizen and an employee of the farm, but the federal agents ignored him. Instead, he says he was pepper sprayed, tear gassed, had his vehicle's windows smashed, and then was dragged at gunpoint. Then he says he was held for 3 days without being charged, without a phone call, without access to legal help, and without medical care for the chemical agents he came into contact with.
He told us, quote, "What happened to me wasn't just a mistake. It was a violation of my civil rights. It was excessive force, and it was a failure of justice. I'm speaking out not just for myself, but for every citizen who could have ended up in my place that day," end quote. We have yet to hear from any federal agencies regarding George's case.
So this is another example of how Donald Trump's immigration policy is not working. He's not getting the bad people out of the country. He's actually targeting the good people in this country. Whether you're a veteran, whether you're a citizen, it doesn't matter. He's just looking for bodies to send to Alligator Alcatraz, perhaps, or maybe even CCOT, or even worse, Sudan. And you know where Sudan is at. And so, ladies and gentlemen, I just wanted to say this before I move on. We are living in a country right now that you will no longer be able to recognize as a result of the failed leadership and the sheer incompetence, the ranked incompetence of the sitting president as well as those who are surrounding him. You don't feel safer anymore. People all over this country now understand you got to ride around with your birth certificate. You didn't have to do that while Biden was president. But you got to ride around with your birth certificate now, right? You don't know who's your friend, who's your enemy at this point, because everybody's trying to get over on somebody. And this is the situation that we're in. And he's saying, oh, no, this is considered the golden age. No, it's not the golden age. And as a matter of fact, we're going to call it what it is, the hell age. Ladies and gentlemen, let's go ahead and send these MAGA demons straight to hell one last time. Shame on you. We did it all. W Zeus. All right, let's go into the audience, ladies and gentlemen. And I'd like to kick things off. I wanna see. Do we have any Trump supporters out here, ladies and gentlemen? Any brave Trump supporters want to come up here and at least try to at least apologize? All right, because I want to talk to somebody out there. I know the spirit is out there. There's somebody out there, perhaps, and they want to come forward and they want to confess, because I'm starting to understand. Uncle Rocker. What I noticed is this: MAGA will not come up in this box unless someone defects from the cult. Right? So that's why I said I need to start opening it up, because a lot of these folks, they want to do the debating thing. Debates are only, to me, fun, and they're exciting when people are actually in a, you're learning something and, you're getting something out of it. And, but where we're at right now, we just got some folks that are just plain old stuck on being silly. And I don't want to deal with that. All right. Let's see, ladies and gentlemen. Yes, Sasha, put a 1 in the chat. Oh, look at that. Our good friend, ladies and gentlemen, Brianna. Oh, wow. We have a surprise, ladies and gentlemen. Good morning, Brianna. How are you? Welcome to the show.
Good morning. How are you?
I'm doing okay. I am doing okay. I was meaning to check in with you. Nutty, my good friend Nutty, he comes in here and he let me know that you have a real life story.
I do.
All right. And I guess before we do that, we've got to give people context. They got to know who you are, where you're from, if you don't mind, because this is what makes it even more relatable. All right. So where are you from?
I'm from Colorado. I'm 23 years old. I was born and raised here.
Born and raised. All right. And so I believe what's going on right now is you are somebody who's been, in a way, directly or indirectly impacted by Trump's current immigration policies. Am I right?
Correct.
All right, let's get into it if you don't mind, and take your time, because I can understand this could be difficult depending on what you're talking about. All right?
So my husband claimed asylum here in the United States 2022. He turned himself out the border. He came in legally. He had all his paperwork in order. Soon after he met me, we started living together. About a couple months ago, we got married. And he had a regular checkup at ICE, which he's done before. He just goes in, shows his lease contract, where he's working, where he's living. And this time they ended up detaining him. Even though he's married to me, we're in the process of the marriage-based green card. So he's been detained for about a month and a half.
What was the reason they detained him, if you don't mind? And I might be jumping around, but this is alarming.
So Trump canceled their parole status here a couple of weeks ago for Venezuelans, so he had no status at the time.
Is he okay? I got it, and you could just tell me if I'm being too much, but a lot of folks probably are listening and they say, "Oh, he must have been in a gang or something." Is that true? Do you know anything about that? No gang information, no gang affiliations.
Yeah.
He wasn't one of the bad ones.
No, he wasn't. He doesn't have a criminal record here in any of the countries he's been. He's a really calm and quiet guy. So
yeah. Wow. And so what we're doing, ladies and gentlemen, is we're pointing out the humanity, and you really loved him, because it's very hard to find real love these days. So
of course.
the fact that y'all were able to get to this point and then try to do everything, and you were trying to basically do it the right way.
Of course, yeah.
Yeah. Wow. And so describe to us, if you can, if you don't mind, how this all went down, right? Because I would imagine. Wait, first of all, I got to ask: did you vote in this previous election?
I did.
Can I ask who you voted for?
Yes, I voted for Harris.
Okay, let's go. All right. I just had to ask. Okay, so Kamala does not win. Trump wins. Was there concern immediately after the results of the?
Of course, yeah. I was nervous. We've been together for 3 years, so I've been scared for him ever since.
Yeah. And so this began the process of y'all regularly kind of trying to check in with each other and say, we got to do everything on the up and up. Mm-hmm. And you were doing everything on the up and up. And then on the day this all went down, what was happening?
So I usually go with him with every appointment, and as soon as I walk in, we get the rudest ICE agent ever. I was just trying to show him all the documents, like we did move addresses, I updated in the portal, which I'm supposed to do, and he was like, you can go sit the fuck down. He told me that, and I was like, oh, okay.
The ICE agent told you this?
Yeah. So from there, we're just sitting, waiting, and he's like, okay, I'm going to take your husband back to do his fingerprints. I'm like, okay, that's totally fine. He ends up coming back, and he's like, he's not getting out. And I was like, can I ask why? Like, what's going on? He's like, well, he doesn't have a legal status here in the United States. I'm like, I can show you. We're in process. Like, he was like, well, I was like, can I ask why? And he's like, first off, he's Venezuelan. And that kind of hurt me because, like, of course he's from a crazy country, but it doesn't mean that he's a bad guy, you know?
Right.
And then he was like, and he doesn't have a legal status, so you can get the fuck out of here. He had paper. He's like, your husband's going to be there by tonight. You can call and just what's going to happen with him. So
this is sad. This is honestly sad because I can only imagine the amount of devastation and the fear. I mean, because I don't know at that moment, how would you describe your emotions?
Oh my God, I ran out crying to my dad. He thought I was joking with him. He was like, you have to be kidding me. I'm like, no, I promise. They took Wilson. They took my husband. We got a lawyer right away.
Wow. So now that's another cost, right?
Of course. Yeah, it's a huge cost. And because he turned himself in at the border, I guess no judge has a right for bond for him. So he can't get bond. Even though he has no criminal record, he came in legally. She can't grant him bond. So he made the decision yesterday to voluntarily deport back to his country, even though he's in danger. We can try to do it the right way again.
Yeah.
Which is kind of sad. Sorry, I don't want to cry. But.
No. Honestly, I it's fine.
Yeah.
Because I want folks out here to understand that there's real consequences to what's happening out here. This is nothing you did on your own. This is what happens in life. You meet people, you know, you build up a relationship, you build connections and fall in love. You know, you're only what, 23, I heard?
Yeah.
all of us know because I'm 41. All of us know that around that age, life is so promising, right? You feel like nothing can stop you. You can bounce back and then recover from anything. But this is one of those moments where you learn real quickly. You got to be an adult. And it's very, very sobering. And it really does break my heart to hear this because I like knowing folks out here listening to their better angels, so to speak. And then when bad things like this happen, you just can't help but wonder, how did we get here as a country? So with that being said, are you able to still be in communication with him? Do you know where he's at?
Yeah, so his detention center, thank God, it's like 5 minutes away from me, so I get to go visit him 3 times a week.
Okay.
Home constantly. Our plan is as soon as he gets to Venezuela, he can get his passport and meet me in Colombia. His birthday's coming up, so I at least want to spend his birthday with him.
Wow.
And just figure out how we can bring him back.
Wow. He still would be willing to come back? That's interesting.
Yeah, if not, like, let's say this whole process doesn't work, I'll move countries. I feel like a lot of people are like, oh, you're young, like, you can find somebody else. But no, like, I'm willing to get out of here. Wow.
I mean, this is... So how are you dealing with I would imagine, does this have an impact in terms of like your living arrangements? You don't have to go into detail, but it's like you're losing somebody that's half of the support. So this causes harm on that level too.
Yeah, so he was the breadwinner here.
He was the breadwinner.
He was, yeah. So he's a barber, so he makes pretty decent money.
Yeah.
So he was the breadwinner here. So just with like him being there, it's a cost. With him self-deporting, I have to pay for his plane ticket, which is another big cost. And just on top of lawyers, application fees, everything, it's a lot.
It's in the thousands, and
yeah. So I can say this past month, I've probably, thank God, I've been getting donations and stuff around like 6,000 or 7,000.
Wow. Well, that's good. People, you have like a GoFundMe or something? Is that how
it's on my bio? It's
okay.
My cell.
Okay.
But of course, I've been selling stuff, trying to help him out. But
wow. This is it's complete devastation. It's to me very, very sad. And so if anyone out there feel like showing support, please do. You said it's in your bio, the GoFundMe.
It is.
What are your next steps going forward? I mean, I know you're probably scrambling to help pay for the lawyer. You got your rent, perhaps, or your mortgage. I don't know what it is. You got car bills. This is a lot. This is a huge blow to the family structure.
Exactly. So I have no siblings, so it's just me and my dad and my husband, and that's all that's in my circle.
Wow.
Now we're just focusing on because he has to pay for him to self-deport. He has to pay to be on a military plane to leave. So we're just focusing on getting that.
So there's a fee to self-deport. If you don't mind, could you give me a ballpark figure what that self-deport fee is? Because I want
this country. It depends on the country. It's $700.
700. Wow.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Jeez.
Yeah.
Is he? But do you think they'll let him do that? Or are they going to try to,
So the judge already signed. He went to court yesterday and he asked for it because he has no criminal record. She didn't put limitation on it, so he can come back as soon as he gets that visa. So we have it all signed by a judge. Let's hope ICE can kind of.
Yeah.
You just never know with ICE.
Yeah. Wow. So there's two things that I would ask, or see if you could give me any insight on.
Of course.
I've done quite a number of shows about this, and I used to sing the song. It's from the folks out there in Florida. I believe they were from. I forget what. Maybe they were Venezuelan. Yeah, I think they were. The song "We Will Vote for Donald Trump." Remember that?
Oh yeah.
Yeah. What would you say to your brothers and sisters out there in the community, the Latino community, who still are out here supporting Donald Trump? If you could get it across to them, what would you say to them?
It's embarrassing. First off, you had to come from a migrant family to be here, an immigrant family, and
yeah.
It's just embarrassing. I have a lot of people in my family that are still Trump supporters, seeing me go through this. And
is any of this shaking their support in terms of Donald Trump, or?
No, I feel like once you're MAGA, it's kind of hard to get it out your head. So yeah, it's just embarrassing. I don't
wow.
He wanted to get all the bad people out, but he's getting innocent people. I've been able to talk to families there while we're waiting to meet our families, and it's truly heartbreaking.
This to me it's devastating, and it is heartbreaking that I have to. But I'm also glad that you have the strength to come up here and share out this story, because to be quite honest, I believe there are a lot of folks that have something like what you're saying, a story similar to yours, but they'd be too afraid to get out here and share it, because part of it would mean they would have to openly acknowledge, especially if they were Trump supporters, that they made a very, very terrible decision. So what do you say to the other folks out here that maybe, that are still saying, oh, we need to get rid of the bad people? I'm just going to say it. What do you want to say to the Trump supporters right now? Because they need to understand this is also
your president promised you something that's not going to happen. They're taking away innocent people. They're ripping parents away. It's not criminals. actually, criminals have more rights because they get to stay in this country till their criminal case is done with. So,
wow.
Yeah, and they can post bond, which makes no sense.
Wow.
Yeah.
See, so they prioritizing the criminals over the innocent people.
Exactly. If they came in with a visa and they, like, let's say they have 2 or 3 DUIs, they can get bond. But my husband, because he turned himself in at the border, he did everything correctly, he can't get it, which is ridiculous.
Yeah. This, to me, it just goes to show, you know, how far we've fallen as a country.
It's sad. It really
is. So I guess now, because you've gotten this out there, I guess what advice would you give folks that are wondering what they should do? You know, because I would imagine there's a group of people out here who are thinking about the whole self-deport thing, and then there's probably others who are saying, I'll just take my chances.
Of course.
Is that kind of how you were? Were you all thinking? Because looking back, you think I could have just self-deported, right?
So we were kind of just trying to hold it strong, have him stay in there till his green card comes in, his residency, anything. But the conditions are so bad in the jail. It's terrible. Like, my husband has probably lost 10 pounds in the past month. It's really bad. Like, if you go to my page, you can see, like, he looks tired. If I would just recommend, I know it's sad, self-deport. They're making those facilities impossible just to live, you know, just to breathe. They're all crowded in. People are screaming all night. It's terrible.
So you believe that if you can self-deport, just do that, because subjecting yourself to this evil regime.
Exactly.
I completely agree. You know what? WW Brianna. Now, milestones. I don't know. Maybe I missed it. When are you preparing to? When will he be able to, I guess, be flown out? Do you know?
I get the money for his flight. So I just had to pay the lawyer last week, so I pay him $1,000 a month. So that was a big slap.
You pay $1,000 a month?
Yeah. So that was a big slap to the face. So as soon as I can, I've been getting his friends around, like giving me $20-$50 for his flight.
Yeah.
So as soon as that happens, he can be on a plane and.
Wow. Okay. Well, you know what I'm going to do? You know, we're going to put the word out. We're going to try to help you out as much as we can. Ladies and gentlemen, you know what to do. Please give Brianna a follow. And you said the GoFundMe link is in the bio as well, right? Because this is as much as the show really is about what I do, this is kind of really what's really important. I think it's very important for people to understand that this is really happening. This is really happening in this country. Brianna, she's only 23 years old. Who would have thought? You know, you're 15, 16, you know, you're coming out of high school. Who would have thought this is where you would be? Isn't that crazy?
It's crazy. I sometimes think late at night, I'm like, wow. And the fact that I might have to leave this country just because, you know, it sucks. But
yeah, it sucks.
I'm leaving it in God's hands. Whatever he thinks best for me and my husband, that's what we're doing.
Amen. All right. Well, no problem. And please continue to check in with us. And if you have any updates that you feel we all should know,
thank you.
Please. Oh, wait a second. I think somebody wants to come up here and talk to you. Hold on. You might have folks in here. Let me see. Okay. My beautiful friend Ange. Good morning.
Oh.
Hi, Ange. How are you?
I'm okay. I was going to come up after and say something, but.
Oh, I thought you wanted to speak.
No. I do at least just want to extend and just say that my heart is with you. I think we all are. This is a community here. I don't know how often you come to Zeus's Lives. I'm not sure. Yeah. But you have a community here, like he said. If you have a GoFundMe, I don't know if you have, like, in your bio a Cash App or a Venmo or all the things. so that everyone can help you, because we need to fix this for you. Help as much as we can. And like Zeus said, I don't, you're only 23. In my mind, please don't take this as an that's a baby to me. I'm sorry. I'm not meaning that as an insult.
No, it's really
You're just so young. I have children older than you.
Yeah.
Almost.
Sorry, I got my age wrong. I just turned 24 2 weeks.
Oh, it's the same thing. It's the same thing. Oh, now you're 24. Okay.
So my sorry, my husband was in detention while I was.
Well, then I can imagine.
So you just had a birthday, then, is what you're saying?
Oh my goodness!
I just turned 24 July.
Give her some love, guys.
July when?
July 9th. I just.
Just then give this girl some love because it's her birthday too.
Wow, we missed a birthday with you. Wow. Well, you know what? I mean, you should have been here July 9th. We would have done something.
Well, she could still come back on your other account that you're going to get back soon, I hope.
Yeah. We'll do that. How about that? We'll do a happy belated birthday once the other account comes back, but that's in a week because I got put in timeout yesterday.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Yeah, they do that to me when I'm delivering so much truth to these folks, but it's okay.
Yeah. No, I was coming up for something else, but of course I did want to speak about her, but now I get a chance to talk to her, so that's even better. Make sure you have all the things in your bio, the Cash App, the Venmo, just everything, even like a Amazon wish list, just literally everything, and put in there what you may need right now. And again, belated happy birthday.
Yeah.
Come back when Zeus is on his main so that we can get even more people in here. And just... I mean, these words just, all I got is, it's just hang in there, sweetie.
Yeah, because Ann, she says she's 23 now, 24. I mean, wasn't your future so bright at that age, if you think about it, right? Well, and then, boom, you get hit with something like this.
Yeah.
It's just one of those things where you say, you see, this is why you got to keep up the good work and keep fighting for our democracy, all right? And so, you know what, again?
And again, to me, I don't mean to come off disrespectful when I said that you were a baby. We know you're not a baby.
Of course not, no.
It's just I have children 8 years older than you, so it's heartbreaking. We are all here for you. Like I said, please come back. I didn't mean to interrupt into your time, so I'm going to give the floor back to you. But I'm glad I got a chance to come up actually and speak directly to her. I am known as the nurturer in chief, I think.
Well, she's the cult leader, some say.
Yes, I am the cult leader of this group, but also I just proud.
There's so many rumors out here. You just never know, right? But yeah.
But yeah, I'm going to drop back down. This is her moment.
Okay.
I just wanted to make sure that she did have all of those things in her bio. Just we want to help. Our community, it truly helps. We are not just talking the talk. We walk the walk. So anyway,
stop it, Ange. All right, Little Hawk said, "Stop it, Ange." I don't know why he said that, but you know what?
Stop being mean to me.
Fair enough. All right.
All right. I'm gonna drop that down, Brianna. All my love to you, and again, put all the things in the bio so we can help.
I will. As soon as I get off, I'll do that.
I'm talking to you, and hang in there, sweetie.
Fair enough. All right, thank you, Ange. All right, all righty then. All right. Well, listen. I guess, Brianna, we've kind of covered a lot of territories, and so again,
thank you for letting me be on here.
Well, thank you, and thank Nutty. Nutty, where's Nutty at? Maybe Nutty needs to come up here because he helped make this happen, and he can also say some kind words. All right, because that's what this is all about. Good morning, brother Nutty. How are you?
I'm doing well. How are you?
Doing all right. I mean, absent of, obviously the circumstances.
So, Brianna and I, we talk. We talk. So I'll definitely also keep the kingdom informed.
But you're muffled a little bit. Is it?
Oh, I'm sorry. I don't know what's going. We have bad weather.
Okay, got it.
Brianna, I told you on the phone, I said, listen, we're your family now. We are your family now. And so anything you need, All you have to do is just let us know. And thank you for, telling her to get everything in her bio.
Somebody said the GoFundMe link isn't working, so I think we might want to look into that.
Okay.
It isn't. Unfortunately, you have to copy and paste it, and then it will come up that way. But yes, Brianna, if you can change that where people can just click on it, that would be helpful. But Zeus, thank you so much for allowing her this space to come in and talk to the people. Because MAGA, I'm talking to you now. This is 100% on you. This is what you voted for. We keep hearing, do it the right way, do it the right way, do it the right way. And Wilson did it the right way. And look at his fate.
Yeah.
Look at his fate. He did it the right way. Where are you? Where are you now? And then for the people in the comments saying, just get an American husband. You know what, Zeus? I'm going to do it. Fuck you.
Oh, there you go. And then you got to get the crowd because, we got to keep it clean.
I understand that. I know the rules here. I know the rules here. But there's some things that just needs to be said. Mama will understand this. Some things just need to be said. You cannot bring your vitriol over here and expect not to get the heat from it. This young lady is going through hell right now. Wilson is going through hell right now. We're not going to stand for this crap. Do better. I'm done, Zeus. Brianna, I'll be talking to you.
I love you guys. Thank you so much.
You're welcome, and we'll take good care of you. All right, ladies and gentlemen. We're going to do the best we can, I should say. W's in the chat for Brianna and Nutty, all right? Because you see this. All right, God bless you, and stay safe out there, all right? Wow, ladies and gentlemen. W's in the chat. This goes to all of my critics and my detractors out there. I kind of glance at the chat, and I just want to say thank you for all of you for revealing how wicked and how dark your hearts are, because right in the face of adversity, right as you see folks out here really trying to do godly things, you got to do the will of God, whether you're here, there, and even in the dark or in the light, you got to do the will of God. You demons manage to still let your demonic evil voices, your words creep up in my chat and just say the most disgusting, vile things known to mankind. You deserve Donald Trump, MAGA. I'm just going to say it. Donald Trump deserves you, and you deserve him. And you know what? I don't give a dang, but do me a huge favor, because you're going there. Go straight to hell.
Silence, you MAGA demon.
All right, let me bring up my sister Straight Facts. I've been trying to catch you. Every time I see you, you gotta go. I gotta go. How you doing, sis? How are you doing? Oh yeah, they want this. Straight Facts, are you there? Looks like it's taking a second to patch you through. Where'd it go?
I'm right here, Zeus.
All right, we got you. W Straight Facts. How are you doing? Good.
Something I want to put up in the window this morning while I'm talking, because I know who's not going for JP List. You hear me?
Yes, Lord. Yeah.
I got something that I want the crowd to hear this morning, because this is Nick Fuentes. So this should tell you exactly how things are going for Trump. And you read out the post that he put. He said, he don't want y'all. Let me reiterate that. He said, he don't want y'all support. He said, he don't need it. Remember, y'all didn't hear him just say that?
He did. That was so funny when he said that. I said, woo, he don't care.
He is hotter than fish grease. You hear me? Because y'all won't believe the lies. You're finally waking up to it. And if you go back and look at that Glass of Nation, I don't really have time to show it right now, but if you go back and look at it, there's another angle that I'm going to post that shows one of the pretend Secret Service members ushering the photographers right over in the front of the stage to catch the good photo op. And the flag dropped down.
Drop down perfectly. Bing! Yeah. And they put their fist in the air like this, like this.
Did you see it?
Yeah, lights, camera, action! And somebody lost their life in that whole stunt.
Zeus.
Talk to them.
It's sickening. And let me tell y'all something. Remember that Vince McMahon is his friend. So what I think is that they put that whole thing together and it looked just like a WWE match. I am outdone. And when I saw that, I said, wow.
Yep. Yeah. And I posted a video. I posted a video of it. Yeah. But a couple of days ago. But here's the thing, right? What's really incredible about this is that there are supporters now that, as a result of him not being honest with them about the e-files, they're now starting to go and question everything. And that, what you just said, is another thing. They're going, how come we don't know anything about the suspect? How come there's no January 6th like investigations into this incident?
Now let me say this too. When I actually paid attention to all of that, now I'm gonna give you this analogy. I used to watch wrestling when I was younger. Loved it. My older cousins would say, straight facts, that is not real. And I used to be like, whatever. But one day, one fateful day, I actually saw Hulk Hogan stomp on the mat and then punch. And then that's when I realized, oh, wow. So then what I did was I went back and looked at all the rest of the matches and I said, wow, there it goes. So I think that Macca is having a WWE moment like I had an epiphany.
You said you saw him stomp on the mat. Oh, you said, oh, now that ain't how that's supposed to work. And let me go back and watch how he tricked me.
Yes, I saw it, and I was like, "Whoa!" And after I saw it the first time, I couldn't unsee it. I realized right away, you know what? They have been playing me for a fool, and that's exactly what's going on with Matt. And I'm gonna tell you something, Zeus.
Woo!
I was embarrassed. It took me a while to admit it to my older cousins that I was wrong. But once I admitted that I was wrong, I felt so much better. But let's do this though.
You got me cracking up because I've been there where you at. I mean, you could have, I'll put you in I'll do the move to you. It'll show you it's real. You know, you took it to that level and then you had to sit back and go, oh, I got it wrong. Huh? I got it wrong.
Right. So embarrassing. You got egg all over your face. But the thing about it is this. When you're honest with yourself and you really don't allow, your eyes are not lying to you. You are a better person after that. You feel better. It's like going into an interrogation room and admitting when you unalive somebody. The weight is off your shoulders. You no longer have to carry this man's dirt. Thank you guys for the gift. You no longer have to pretend like you believe everything he says anymore. You're absolutely free. Now, another person that has gone down this path, surprisingly, is Nick Fuentes. You know Nick Fuentes?
Oh, I know of him, but I would never associate with them. Not at least at this point I haven't. But yes, he's a nasty individual.
Right.
Nasty.
Yes, he's a big time Trump supporter, right?
Yeah.
Let's let Nick Fuentes talk about him in his own words. Ready?
Yeah.
Okay, here we go.
Trump supporters have said he may be a bullshitter, but he's not a
Excuse
liar.
language.
Yes, he is. He is a liar. These are lies. It's not true. Can we just say that? He's a liar. This is the most successful administration. No, it isn't. And by what metric? What are you talking about? In what way? It wasn't then. It isn't now. He just lies. He would say that in the first term. We did the wall. We built the wall. No, you didn't. He made the vaccine. He shut the country down. He let BLM burn down the country. He didn't shut down illegal immigration at all. It's just lie after lie after lie. My crowd size is the biggest ever. It's a movement unlike any. It's all just this power of belief with nothing underlying it. And then in the end, they're throwing your supporters under the bus, saying they're weaklings, they're doing the Democrats' work. Don't let them talk of our success. I don't want their support anymore. Well, fine. You don't get any more. Nobody should vote for Trump. Nobody should vote for Republicans. And what needs to happen next, by the way, the Republicans must be hanged in the midterms.
Okay.
That's what must come of this. Trump must fucking pay for this statement to say, I don't want your support anymore. Every single Trump supporter, every single Republican needs to say, okay, bet. You don't want our support? Forget about the midterms. Forget it. The 2026 midterms, it just needs to be a Democrat avalanche at this point. And that's not because I'm a Democrat. I'm not. I don't like the Democrats. I hate the Republicans more because the Republicans are traitors. Because I have voted for Republicans. I have supported Republicans. And they shit on our face.
Excuse his language.
We never vote for the Democrats. We never support them. They're our enemies. They hate us. We have hated them. They try to undercut our lives, our demographic. And as a result, we consider them the enemy. But at least they're the enemy. We know they're the enemy. They're openly the enemy. We don't vote for them. They don't support us. But the Republicans expect our support every year.
And I'm going to end it right there because you guys got the gist. Yes, he wasn't telling the truth about burning down, BLM burning down. We know that. Disregard that. But everything else, it was like, do you guys see pigs flying? Does anybody besides me see pigs flying around? Because I see them.
Wow, I'm over here having an attack like I've never had one. Oh my God, W straight facts, ladies and gentlemen. I don't see no pigs flying. I don't see any of it. Oh my, so he's clearly defected from the cult.
He's done.
Wow.
And MAGA, if one of the biggest influencers that supported Trump is saying this, you ought to go head on and rethink your support for Trump. You cannot support Trump and claim to protect bananas. Y'all know what I mean when I say bananas. You cannot do it.
Nope.
Two things won't happen. If we were incarcerated, we would not allow him in the cell with us. We would roll him up and make him go to a different pod. It's a reason why they keep those kind of people separated from the regular prisoners, because it's a hierarchy. Number 1, 2, 3, and 4. If you cannot admit at this point that you were wrong, then I have to look at you sideways. I have to look at you. I have to figure out, what are you actually doing here? And the people that holler, well, welcome to the side that's fighting for the bananas. No, we didn't vote for the Chomo. So we were already on the side of the kids. Y'all, welcome to the party, you people that finally figured out that Trump has been lying to you. Someone in the audience asked, why do I have Obama up here in a Superman shirt? It says, you know who was not on the Epstein list, and that was Obama. As bad as you guys want to defame Obama, he is and was and will be the best president that we ever had.
Go ahead, straight facts. Ooh. Yeah.
Let me say it. Don't be mad at me. Be mad at yourself because your mother taught you racism. Be mad at yourself because you believe all the stereotypes about black people. When it came down to it, we saw a black man as the president of the United States, and we saw Envelopian as the president of the United States. And the one that's the person that you guys claim have all these bad behaviors. Oh, we're lazy, but yet y'all brought us over here to pick y'all cotton. Oh, we're not smart. But he was the one who was able to pass close to universal health care for people that didn't have health care. You talk about the Democrats. We were supposed to have rigged the 2020 contest while we were not in power. So you mean to tell me while we were in power, if we were so smart to rig it when we weren't in power, why wouldn't we rig it when we were in power? But at the same time, we're stupid. You got to figure out, pick a lane. You can either be a liar, a chomo, or you can be a regular adult that thinks like regular people and are out here protecting the children. Supporting Trump is not doing that. I have to go now because you know I can't be up here for that long. I definitely thank you guys for all of the gifts, and you know what, Zeus, keep doing your thing.
Thank you.
You know what time it is.
Yep.
They're trying their hardest to take you down, but they will not, because guess what? We're smarter than you.
Hey. Hit him with it.
We voted for Kamala Harris, the most qualified candidate for the job, while you guys got duped in the voting for Trump. That makes you the mark and the whole last sucker. Excuse me, Mom. Y'all have a wonderful day. I see you later, Zeus. I see you later, Kingdom.
All right. W State Facts. Another one. W's in the chat. I've never seen somebody just totally annihilate MAGA like that. No all gas, no brakes. And I see that the Trump supporters that are listening to this broadcast, they are really getting triggered today. I don't know why they're getting triggered. All right, you came here because obviously you know what's happening here isn't happening anywhere else, where the truth is flowing like the Niagara Falls. All right, but if you can't handle it, like I said, listen to your leader.
If you're not happy here, then you can leave. As far as I'm concerned, if you hate our country,
and you do.
If you're not happy here, you can leave. If you're not happy in the U.S., if you're complaining all the time, very simply, you can leave. You can leave right now. Come back if you want. Don't come back. It's okay too.
Yeah.
But if you're not happy, you can leave.
And I'm going to continue to tell you all to do that, the ones that are getting triggered. I don't know why these same knuckle draggers, knuckleheads, CD, Tiny Tank Top, Tim Tom. I'm going to add what Swervin added, the turkey neck part. You want to sit in here and eat at the feet of the gods. We should, but then be so ungrateful. Miserable people. These are some of the most miserable creatures that I'm surprised even have the ability to wake up and use a cell phone at this point to come in and listen to this. These people all day long, all night. I just can't wait to get back to the kingdom to eat some of the scraps the gods drop. I mean, and then they turn around and cry and complain. You can't make this stuff up. Let me go ahead and bring up my good friend, Brother Val. How are you doing, Brother Val? How are you doing?
Good. Have you ever heard the country song? You ever heard what happens if you play a country song backwards?
No, to be honest with you, I've heard about other songs that you play backwards and, spirits perhaps coming out, but what about this one?
You get your wife back, you get your helm back, you get your car back.
Woo! You're on fire this morning. Oh my God. That's for MAGA. W's in the chat for Val. When you said that, Tiny Tank Top Tim lost it. He became unglued right there. Miserable.
These are the things that 10 years.
Yeah.
We've been telling people. Some of us 5+ years on this app, right?
Correct.
But for 5 years, we told y'all on this app that this man would turn on you. Would turn on you. Now, a lot of people have heard me come up here and talk about pride, right? Guys, that's all y'all have left. If you're supporting this man at this very point in this country, after what he said to you yesterday, you have only one thing left, pride. And I want to tell you, it's just like that country song. Okay?
Yeah.
Play it backwards.
Play it.
You will start to get things back. Okay? These are the things that we've been telling you. Let your pride go, because we've all noticed it, and Democrats have noticed it. You won't come up into our boxes anymore. You know what I'm saying? You stay out of. You know what I'm saying? You stay out of our spaces now, because you don't have anything to lie about anymore, because we have told you for 5 years this man will turn on you.
Bingo.
And he has. We told you for 5 years that his administration was not great the first time. It is definitely not great this time. But this is what happens when you put a bunch of people that do not know how to do this job in a position. We asked you many, many times, would you hire this person to run your company? Because you all seem to own companies. Okay? We've asked you, oh, yeah, I'd hire him. He'd be great. Liars. That's pure pride.
They wouldn't hire a convicted felon, somebody that's been impeached twice and bankrupted several businesses. You're saying they wouldn't hire this person in their own business?
No, I wouldn't even let this application go through. We all know about the story of the C on the applications, right? For the people that would ask for apartments, back in the 1970s.
That part.
His application at my company would just have a big X across it. I don't even know that I'd waste the ink. I'd probably just crumple it up and throw it in the trash can. I mean, this is the reality of the, you know what I'm saying? This is the reality. And now you have Nick Fuentes. Guys, I can't even express what Straight Facts just played. The words that came out of Nick Fuentes' mouth.
Yeah.
Okay, I want to make sure that everybody understands Nick Fuentes is one of the most known supremacists in this country. Okay? He is as far right as you could possibly go. And this is the man that is now telling you he lies. We've been telling you that for 10 years. Actually, anybody that has actually kept up with political views or social views would tell you that Donald Trump's been a liar for over 50. His whole life. He's never told the truth about anything.
Never.
Okay, this is the person that y'all decide to put in office. Let the pride go. Do what is right. What Nick Fuentes said himself. I'm going to use Nick Fuentes' words. I can't even believe I'm doing this. It needs to be a blue wave in the midterms. Now, why would Nick Fuentes say that? Because Nick Fuentes knows that if it is a very big blue wave in the midterms,
speak on it.
That man is gone.
Hi, Vegas girl. I see you in here. You thought you could get rid of me, but I know you're in love with me. All right, knock it off. Sorry, Val. Because she's in love with me. And she's just like the other bears, but I didn't want to say anything, but I just decided to say it because I'm not going to block her. I need her to make sure she hears what you're saying, Val.
Yeah, I mean these are the things. Yeah, these are the things that are going on in this country. The immigration issues, people that are actually being hurt, real life. We've heard that today, right? Real life, not a story that somebody went and read on the news. You heard it in real life, real time about somebody's struggle with the situations and what he's put in place on somebody trying to do the right thing, not a criminal. You know what I'm saying? Trying to do the right thing in this country to become a citizen. Married to a U.S. citizen.
Right.
People, we need to wake up and see the damage that is actually being done to our country. And my hope, my hope is that we can stave off enough of it that it, by the time midterms come, that we're not in a depression. These are the real things that are happening in this country. Anybody out there, Cindy,
But see, look at this, Val. This knucklehead in the chat. Every time you start talking, you get comments like he says, "As long as the Dems keep fear mongering, more will leave that party." What do you say to this demon in the chat? Because he's
We're
saying
not fear mongering. See, sir, there's actually a
Thank you.
definition. There's actually a definition for fear mongering, and fear mongering means that if you're saying something that is untrue or is not likely to happen, that is not the case here, sir. And if you keep believing that, you're going to be the one caught in the wash. Okay.
Spin cycle. All right, and no soap in there for you.
No soap for you. We'll just let you hit everything with nothing to slide off on. But the thing is this: there's no economic measure working well right now. Prices of
wages, Val, wages, they've gone up exponentially since Trump gotten into office. What do you say about that, Val?
There's no evidence of that in any form or any capability. There's I can say, hey, I can say we went to Mars yesterday too. It's just not true. I mean, there's no evidence of that. But let me tell you what there is actual evidence of. There is actual evidence that our unemployment is climbing drastically every day. There's evidence that our prices are still climbing. There's evidence that gas prices are still climbing. These things are real. These things hit people every day. There's evidence that tariffs do not work. They cost us 11% from our trade partners. Do you know what an 11% drop in our trade deficit is?
Please explain it. Please explain.
Okay, I mean, we're talking billions of dollars, billions that companies are not getting right now because people aren't buying American products overseas. Our trade deficit went up by 11%. I thought these tariffs were supposed to drop it. Oh no, we told you this. We told you this ages ago. It's not going to happen. It's going to stop American individuals from buying products, and it's going to stop people from overseas from buying our products.
Wow.
This is what trade wars do.
Val, could you explain something? Why do we have a trade imbalance with Vietnam? Shouldn't Vietnam be buying our Chevys and our Fords, General Motors with cars and stuff like that? Like, what's the issue?
Sure, I mean, you know what I'm saying, but there's because
that's an issue, right? Isn't that an issue?
It is an issue, but there's a shipping issue there too, right?
Oh.
Okay, I mean, when you talk about Vietnam, you're talking about places that are going to be closer to China, Japan. You know what I'm saying? Korea. That's you know what I'm saying? That is more their region of the world.
Mm-hmm.
Therefore, it is just for shipping purposes alone, it's less money for them to get cars from Korea, Japan. Not to mention that the U.S. is not the best, and I'm just being honest here. U.S. auto manufacturers are not the best at building small cars.
Oh.
I mean,
but
it's just the case.
How come? Okay, so but why don't these people in Vietnam just buy American cars? Then I mean they would be cheaper, wouldn't they be?
They don't fit on their roads.
Oh.
Have y'all ever been to a place like Vietnam or China or you know what I'm saying, or places like that? Big cars don't work well in those areas. You ever been to an island? If you've gone to an island, I wanted you to tell me what the car they have cars, like Hyundai i10s. We never even heard of that here. Most people here don't even know what that car is.
Yeah, I've never heard of it.
It's a tiny little compact car. Okay, these are small cars, smaller than a Corolla, a Toyota Corolla. Okay, these are tiny cars, but this is what they drive in those cities. One, because they're extremely fuel efficient. Two, they're tiny. They're easy to park. It's just a way of, it's just their way of life there. I mean, most of these people in these islands and communities like that actually run on scooters. We're not going to sell a lot of cars to Vietnam because in our country, we don't make cars that really fit their need.
Even after the tariffs, will we then be able to force these people in Vietnam to buy our cars?
No.
Oh. Because that's what he told you. That's what he said this is all about. Oh.
No. Somebody go find me. Somebody go find me an American combat car. You know what I'm saying? That has any kind of lasting capability that's built, built good or anything like that. This is what these people drive. I mean, all the compact cars that we have in this country, like the Chevrolet, come from a manufacturer in Japan or Korea.
What? Are you saying our iPhones and our cars and stuff like that, they're not made really here in the United States?
No.
Oh.
I mean, because manufacturing overseas, we can't compete, guys. I mean, as much as I'd like to say we could, 350 million people are not going to compete with 2.2 billion. Okay? We're not going to. Their manufacturing cost and how they manufacture are going to be less. It's just the way of the world. This is why we keep stating it's a world economy. Y'all go, we need to get away from that. No, we don't.
Yeah.
If we get away from that, we will fall behind. We will fall behind in technology. We will fall behind in everything. These are realities that I know people don't want to face, but hey, there's one reality. America is great at a lot of stuff, in manufacturing, and a lot of stuff in building, and a lot of stuff in, trying to get things created.
Yeah.
We are not the best at everything.
Amen. But what about MAGA?
That's okay.
Is MAGA the best at anything that you can think of right off the top of your head? Are they good at anything? Hate. Oh, they manufacture that and sell it very well, don't they?
Hate. I mean, these are the real things. I mean,
lying. Somebody wrote lying. Wow, delusion.
Hey, am I? Find me something that the U.S. is the best at, other than our military.
No. They said MAGA's good at lying. Oh, and accepting lying and misinformation. Not you, and bullying, but being evil and hate. Oslo says, Val, the closest MAGA has been to visiting an Asian country is their local buffet. Wow. And we can say that here because sometimes we got to get a little controversial in order to get the point across. W Oslo, W Val.
These are the things we have to realize as a country, but we need to get back to what we're good at.
Yeah.
Creating. That is, be real honest with you. That is one of the things America's been great at for a long time. Creating products.
Yeah.
Creating technologies. And we've gotten away from that.
Yeah. One last thing. Speaking of creating technology, do you think Donald Trump is doing a good job preparing MAGA for the workforce, so to speak, for the next generation in technology?
No, I mean, no. That's something the Democrats have been good at, right?
Oh,
we know that coal's going to end, right? We just know it. There's no ifs, ands, buts. I mean, we just know that coal's going to end sooner or later, right?
Yeah.
Democrats have put things in place. Now, they've made some mistakes in that, and I'm going to be honest. Now,
that's
something I can get into later, but they have actually tried to put things in place to re-educate people that were doing these jobs so they could get into other jobs. Now, keep in mind that we spent from both parties, not just from the Democratic side, but from the Republican side too, trying to get people trained in clean energy and stuff like that. Yeah, I don't think Republicans haven't done that too. George Bush put initiatives together to get people trained in clean energy because we knew it was the next coming thing.
Amen.
And we've fallen behind because we want to fight clean energy instead of push it forward and create new ideas to make it better. And this, we're going to have to do this, people. No matter what anybody says, we're going to have to do this. We'll be dependent on oil for a long time because of our failures. And these are the things that we have to put forth as technologies that can put us in a new place. We spent all this time training these people for new industries, all the while now watch them lose jobs because the country has trained them for new industries that this president is now gutting.
Wow. Like he just did NPR, right? Didn't they just gut NPR or something like that?
Gutted NPR.
So no more education. So we got to deal with the worst of the worst now because, Tiny Tank Top Tim, he at least had access to NPR, but he doesn't even get that anymore. Imagine how uninformed he's really going to be, right? And PBS too? What a disgrace. Well, listen, Val, we're going to move it along, bro. All right. But as always, it's a pleasure.
Remember, MAGA, play that country song backward.
Woo! W Val in the chat. No lies detected. Oh my God. Thank you. Oh my goodness, ladies and gentlemen. Again, W Val. You know, ladies and gentlemen, it's one of these things, ladies and gentlemen, where you just have to sit back here and go, what on earth is going on in this great country of ours? Good morning, camera chick. How are you? Did you accidentally send a request? I think you did. Oh, don't worry, camera chick. Don't worry. We got you. All right. See, I just had to do it. Put a 1 in the chat if you're a Trump supporter real quick. We got a little bit of time. I'm looking for somebody who was a former, how about that? A former Trump supporter that you heard what your dear leader said yesterday and you thought about it and you came to the conclusion that, you know what, maybe I don't want to go to Jonestown. All right, because there's somebody out there that doesn't want, no disrespect to the people who really survived that horrible situation, but there's somebody out there that doesn't want to go to MAGAville. I'm going to call it MAGAville. And you know what's going to happen there. He's going to convince you that it's you and him against the world, right? And that everything is all some sort of deep state plot to get him, and you got to be the one that protects him. All right. Where are you at out there, ladies and gentlemen? You heard Nick Fuentes. He's done with it. All right. But I want to talk to those who are sitting there saying, come on, Zeus. I'm going to come forward. I'm going to walk towards the light. I'm going to build up the courage. Yeah. All right. Look at him. Put a 1 in the chat if you want to get out here and confess your sins, because I can help you. And don't worry. I'll ask the audience to not beat you up. I mean, there's going to be folks out here that they're not going to like the fact that you did what you did, but I tend to be more on the compassionate side. Come on out here and confess those sins to all of us. Tell us how you ignored all the warning signs and you still found yourself in a booth and circling or checking off a box for Donald Trump. All right. How did you do it? And then we're going to get you where you need to be. All right. But you can't come unless you're willing. I'm too nice, Zena. I am too nice. I'm going to give him a second. All right. No, I don't want to do the battle. Put a 1 in the chat, please. If you're a Trump supporter, Kabir. Put a 1 in. Bring you back up. Okay, camera chick, you want me to bring you back up? All right. Let's see. Camera chick. Good morning.
Good morning. How are you?
I'm all right. How can I help you? Did you vote for Trump?
I just wanted to just tell you guys this one thing.
Oh, okay.
You guys are failing to talk about.
I can't hear anything. Camera chick, where did you go? Can y'all hear her? I can't hear her. Camera chick. I'm going to, how about this? We're going to drop you, and then you could send us another guest request. I guess I'm getting from what I heard her saying, I'm assuming I'm getting some feedback. That's what this is about. Camera chick, where did you go? Send me another guest request real quick, all right? Because I understand feedback is a gift if you can treat it that way, all right? Camera chick, camera chick, where did you go? You're failing to talk about the LA mayor? No, I didn't. There she is. All right.
Can you hear me?
Yep.
Okay. I did not vote for Trump, but I just wanted to say that you guys are failing to talk about this next election that's coming up because they plan on cheating, because Trump even said it on TV the other day.
You're talking about in Texas in the 5, the gerrymandering going on? Camera. Hello. Can y'all hear her? Can y'all hear camera chick? No, okay. All right, well. All right, camera chick. I think I got what you're saying. I'm not failing to talk about it. I would encourage everybody to not lean on content creators, all right, like myself or anyone. I would encourage everybody to stand on their own 10 toes and make sure you're actively engaged in political activity going on in your area. Yes, I do understand that there's going to be some cheating, but I would argue, what did we just witness happen in this previous election? There was cheating, right? I mean, at this point, ladies and gentlemen, you gotta understand there's going to be some cheating, but make sure you get out there and do everything in your God-given power to stop it. And that means educate. To me, I think the real thing is educating people and helping them become more and more aware of the impact of whatever the policies are, right? Because just like that guest, we had ex-MAGA dog in here. A lot of people don't understand things until it starts happening to them. So there has to be a way of helping people to understand what the impact of whoever is running, right, will be in the event some of the policy ideas that they have actually materialize and pass. All right. But what we're dealing with right now, for instance, is even if somebody says something, they clearly could be lying. Look at Donald Trump. All right. So there's a lot going on. But yes, ex-camera chick, you are right. I am fully aware of that. And I would encourage everybody, and I do mean everybody, to get out there and make sure they are doing their own investigations and research into what's going on in their areas. All right. Not just the national elections. Yes, good morning, the beautiful Yazzie Jazzy. How are you?
Yeah, great. I'm great. Can you guys hear me?
I can. So, I'm sorry.
No. It's good to see you, Triple H. I wanted to add that, by cutting the PBS and NPR, that actually affects rural communities, especially Native Americans. By cutting that's actually how PBS and NPR is. They will not fund it in rural areas, in the tribe areas at all. So we will be losing those good news stations that we barely get. Otherwise, these stupid people are going to be addicted to Fox, the fake news.
Oh, yeah.
Also, by what he's done with the tariffs and everything, we all operate under a fiat system. Our dollar is actually backed up by itself, by its government, by being a great nation, by our GDP. Well, we lost 10% in value of the dollar thanks to Trump's policies. I don't know if you guys know that. And that means with the tariffs, the trade deficits that we're creating, Colin, I had some notes written down about this.
Because a lot of people, Yazzie, while you're getting your notes, a lot of people are saying our pay has gone up, in terms of what we're bringing in every month. And what you're saying is that doesn't matter if the value of the dollar has declined.
Wow. When you guys travel to different countries, it's going to cost you more. So our electricity costs are going to go up. Your fuel costs are going to go up. I don't know if you guys didn't read that big crappy bill or not, but it's going to cause a lot of hurting. And I'm not sure where wages are going up, because I think our states, there's been stagnation. Even in Colorado, they did a freeze on all salaries and stuff like that. So I'm not sure where they say. And have you looked at the new tax code where you fall under that? Oh, thank you guys.
We're not. To me, I'm saying they're saying, wages have gone up, and I'm going, how does that even work? You go to the grocery store and eggs, and I'm like, he says he just got here and he fixed it. He hasn't fixed anything, and he didn't just get here, right? Gas prices through the roof, utility bills. I don't know about you, but it's almost $1,000 a month.
Yeah, well, and they're even saying, and just so you know, he's trying to, the American Health Care Act, Obamacare, where you guys could purchase insurances. They're going to let your premiums increase by 20%, and then of course you're not going to qualify for any assistance through Medicaid. Which, just so you know, even if you have a illness, if you're not developmentally disabled or missing limbs or something, you're going to lose your Medicaid. I mean, you can't even do Medicaid buy-in. So these are programs. I just don't know. When people are like, you're socialist. No. That we believe in social programs to take care of humans, our people. I mean, if you guys don't want this, I hope there really is a blue wave like we did in, 2018. And I'm just saying, that everyone says he's not a politician. I'm so sick and tired. He's been gifting his, even though he's been robbing small corporations, he's been robbing everybody, bankruptcies, he's been gifting politicians forever. He tried to run different times under the Democratic ticket. You guys stop saying he's been a politician. We've dealt with this for 12 years. And you guys are a lot kinder.
He's beyond a politician. He is the party. He's the party. He's the Republican Party. Case closed.
in rural Colorado, Nebraska, and Kansas, a whole bunch of farmers have tried to get together like, hey, why don't we all put so much money so we can gift it to Trump so that he could kind of let more subsidies or let it help some of these other farmers out. I'm like, I ain't giving one red cent. I didn't vote for this.
Yeah.
And my uncles and my family were like, yeah, y'all, they want to gift him.
Wow.
About $2 million. They think that if we gift him and people are like, $2 million of these big farms. I'm like, y'all are stupid, right?
Wow. Yeah, they clearly are. They believe in him. And you have to ask why.
I don't think that they believe in him. They think that they can buy their way into getting some executive order written for them. That's what they're doing, Zeus.
I don't know but why do they think that though?
Because that's everybody else has been doing that, isn't it, Zeus?
Oh, so he's paying. So all these executive orders, people are paying for them.
Pay to play. And I'm so tired. If I have to hear one more Latino, Hispano, whatever brother of my sister that said, we need to make all the other minority groups come to this fight. Y'all didn't show up to the fight. You deserve what you're getting. You guys, and you think that our Black brothers and sisters should show up. Maybe our Asian groups can. But I'm going to tell you, stop it. Stop blaming. They did. If you look at the voting counts, they did what they needed to do.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
That you guys, you machistas, because you Christian values, that someone actually believes. I am so tired because the LGBTQ agenda. I'm like, that you believe that a child can go to school and come with changing organs or body parts. I'm gonna tell you, for us to get one child that has an actual genetic disorder, to get the medical care they need, that we can't even just some hormones. It takes years. It takes a psychiatrist. It takes years of counseling. It takes medical, all these testing to say, they actually are. We can see the hypothalamus. We can see the pituitary. We can see organs that they actually are more female oriented. So, wow, this makes sense that this person, I'm going to tell you, at minimum, it's like $500,000. You think Medicaid and insurance want to just pay for something like that? No. So y'all stop lying. We lost because people didn't show up, and my brown people who, I'm so tired. You know what? Instead of trying to assimilate, be proud of who you are. Be proud of where your roots came from. I'm just kind of in shock. These people are like, well, and now that English is the only language, okay?
Yeah.
If you go to the website, they remove Spanish as a secondary. You can't get any of those materials in Spanish. So
they're stripping away the culture.
Everything. So I'm going to tell you, all you people that can't speak English, I don't want to hear it in Spanish. Tell me in English. Give me the fight right now, because I'll give you the facts, but you better tell me in English how you're going to respond to me, because I don't want to hear your Spanish. Okay?
You don't want to hear it. Yazzie, the beautiful Yazzie Jazzy.
I'm going to say this in Spanish. Son vendapatrias, son sinvergüenzas, y se merecen lo que se está pasando ahorita, porque ustedes creen que nuestra cultura, que nuestra sociedad, que no tenemos valor, y ustedes, porque votaron por un desgraciado sinvergüenza, nos tienen esa situación, y ninguna persona nos tiene que ayudar. Nos tenemos que ayudar nosotros mismos. Okay? So I'm just telling you what I just said. We have to help ourselves. Shame on anyone. Nothing is. And my white brothers and sisters, I love them. We all know that there's good ones. But I just want to tell us people who are of color, the moment you forget where your roots come from, and you have no empathy for the people, they care so much about the Epstein files, but we don't care when what's the governor in Texas, Hot Wheels, was putting razor wire in buildings so immigrants could cut themselves and drown and be eaten.
And some of those immigrants came with children, right? And so
children, yes.
He was harming the kids then. So now they want to sit up here and go, but we care about them. No.
Yeah. No, you didn't care. You take meals away. How much food are they? They're going to burn 500 tons of food.
W. Shinka, thank you.
Food that could be going to poor children, and then these Christian so-called values. We're not going to feed, because somehow Jesus and God care about what color you are. I'm pretty sure they say take care of the sick, the the poor, the elderly, the disabled, the children.
Jesus is racist. Wow, I didn't know that. Wow,
well, he's woke. Remember, he's too woke. He's woke. You know,
yeah.
I don't know. I'm just I heard this a couple of weeks ago, and I invited a couple of my uncles. They won't invite me because I'm a woman. Just so you know, Republican men do not want a Latino woman in the midst of them either. Okay.
Oh, that's interesting.
Yeah, but they invited my uncles. They invited my uncles and my first cousins, but they're like, she's so, she's too independent. And my uncles are like, she runs a lot bigger farm than we do, and it's very successful. And the answer is no, and that's okay. We already know her answer is no. Yeah,
bingo.
I wouldn't give him $500,000. I'm just like, the audacity to come to us Latinos that think we're going to give Trump any money,
Yeah. Well, there's some folks out here. There's some folks, Yazzie, and I know it hurts you to know this, but I run into a lot of Latinos for Trump. They wear FJB hats. You know what that stands for, right? And they just get out here and they do some of the best work for I would say humiliating themselves in front of everybody. What do you say to those knuckleheads, those knuckle draggers, so to speak?
I say, you know what? Stop being embarrassing yourself. Be proud of who you are. You think he also came from immigrants. That's what the point is. Is that some of these people, they weren't their third, fourth generation? So what? This wasn't your land. This was stolen land already. There's no such thing as illegal. Maybe they don't have documentation, which is a civil penalty. I hope all these people that we do a blue wave, because we need to hold a lot of these people accountable for what the trauma and what they are really causing these people.
Yeah.
Our people. They're our people. They're all our people.
Amen.
Yeah, I'm so I just want to tell you, I'm really upset because I know, guys, I'm so lucky. This doesn't
Union gang. Yes.
Oh, Union gang. Union gang.
Thank you.
The thing is, it's not even going to affect me. I am probably going to lose $1 million, but it doesn't affect me. That's what I'm telling you. If you think those billionaires and multimillionaires care, they're going to lose money, but guess what? Because I lose that money, I get to write that off all of my taxes, okay?
So you're not going to lose like they're going to lose. There's a lot of people who really going to take the L.
Yeah.
What a disgrace.
This big, beautiful bill. Now we don't have to pay taxes on any of our equipment. I mean, the more you gave, I'm going to tell you, John Deere, big corporations, they offer a 0%. They're like, well, because we have them as like, if you buy that $2 million piece of equipment, no interest. I'm going to tell you, people, why would you guys think that you need to give multimillionaires or billionaires tax breaks?
Because they think they're owning the libs, Yazzie, and this is why it's all going to come back. And you know what? It's going to do a serious number on them. All right.
Yeah.
We got to move it on now. All right.
I'll let you go. I'm just really sad. A lot of our people are going to be hurt, and if you don't have empathy, I want to ask you, Zeus, what does bring us together as people?
Love is probably one of them, right?
Yeah,
I would hope so.
And how about that we have empathy for each other, that we actually care. And I don't need to know your religion. I don't need to know your politics. I need to know that, oh my God, you're hungry. I'm going to make sure you get fed. Oh my God, you're sick. I think you need help. I'm going to get you health care. How about just taking Maslow's hierarchy of needs?
Yeah.
How about just taking care of people? What brings us really together as a society? And that's the problem, is that at the top, we know they're not. So if they're not going to take care of us, we have to. That's why civil unrest, of course, peaceful protest. I mean, we gotta do something, because it's going to hurt. It's hurting a lot of people.
Tell them, Yazzie. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. Let's give the beautiful Yazzie Jazzy a huge round of applause. And one of the things you said, Yazzie, and it's going to stick with me, is people need to not forget where they came from. We have a lot of folks out here who seem to have forgotten where they came from. And I think it's time they recognize. So thank you for bringing that, plus all the other knowledge that you have shared. It's always a pleasure to hear from you.
Thanks for being that Triple H, the most honest, and of course the most nice. Okay?
Thank you. And you're looking mighty good yourself too, ladies and gentlemen. Mighty fine. Yazzie Jazzy. Thank you so much. All right. All righty then.
Love you all. Thank you for all the beautiful compliments. Love you guys.
There you go. Wow, ladies and gentlemen, check it out. my. We are doing the Lord's work this morning, ladies and gentlemen. And you wouldn't believe it, but we're doing it. All right. Good morning. Good morning. W's in the chat. Hi, Dr. Lex. Welcome back. Nice to see you again. I haven't seen you all week. You're doing all right?
Yeah, I'm in album mode. Sorry, I've been working on a project, a fairly large project.
Okay. I ain't gonna bother you on that. I understand that work comes first, if you know what I mean.
Yeah, I've been hosting these music labs after you go off and playing the project that I'm working on. So.
Okay. I think you sent me an invite to one, but I've been moving and grooving, dancing to the music. You know what I'm talking about.
Did you see last night where they voted to give Trump power of the purse from Congress?
No. Are you? No. I saw the. Is that with the PBR and I mean not the PBR, NPR and PBS? The funding being cut. I know that happened. They did more damage.
My camera's not on. Is it Don?
Your camera's on. It's fine.
Is my camera on?
Yeah, I can see you. Okay, maybe I can. All right, I got you twisted my arm. All right, I got to be Triple H. All right, no, it's not. Okay, oh there it goes. Okay, there it is right there. I'm so sorry, lady. My eyes, they're playing tricks. I thought they was on.
How did Don call that? Don take black cowboy hat and black T-shirt. I have 1,000 black T-shirts.
Okay.
We're not doing this today. Listen, Zeus. I have never once on this page said I've never said I'm not. What's his name? What's your boy's name? I'm forgetting this morning. I'm not. I've never once. Nutty. I've never once said I was handsome. I've never said I was handsome ever. I've never said it.
Who was talking about handsome?
I mean, but no, you guys are doing
Who mentioned the word handsome, Dr. Alexa?
I was just reverting back to an earlier conversation we had.
I never mentioned that word. Is there something you want to try to say? Because
I don't look at myself like that. But no, what I'm saying is
it's good because I could do all that. And if you ever need me to give you an honest assessment, just let me know. All right, because I don't have a problem helping folks get to the level I'm at. Honestly. You feel me? I mean, and again, we're both men of stature. We don't need to do this. We don't need to do this. Right.
Yeah, that's between you and Nutty.
Yeah. No, it's really between you and Nutty. It's honestly between you and Nutty.
No, it's not. I have nothing.
Because you ever heard of something like undeniable, undebatable, irrefutable? That's me. All right, and so you leave me where I'm.
Me and you rock two different timelines, though. I'm older than you.
I'm ambidextrous up here. I can go there anywhere. I'm good wherever I'm at. But I get what you're saying. W's.
So what you telling me is your EOE, your equal opportunity employer.
Yeah. Non-discrimination policies about what I do. I just say, you don't need to worry about me. I'll be fine. But what do you got? What do you got for us? Because obviously, folks love you. I don't know how, but it is what it is.
Well, I mean, the thing is I love people in general. I love everybody, and like I said, I've been talking to people on different panels. I've noticed that there is a lot of dark energy going on, and people need to get outside and put their feet in the dirt, and try to seek relief from all the negativity. So. They passed that bill last night when nobody was looking, and was giving Donald Trump even more power. So I don't understand how these people that voted for him are agreeing with all this stuff, and they keep trying to, they should rename the Gulf of America to the Gulf of Don't Look at the E list.
The Gulf of Don't Look at the E list. People are asking what bill. I know they cut the PBS and the NPR funding, but while you're doing that, I just wanted to ask, to the folks out there, is there anyone out there that still supports Donald Trump after hearing all of this devastating news that we've been delivering all morning? The rescission bill, yeah. Yeah. I'm looking in the chat right now. There's nobody out there that still support, but we take your word for it, Dr. Lex. You don't need to do that. Yeah, Donald Trump was given a little bit more nasty power to do a lot of nasty things to this great country of ours. But did you hear anything about them opening an investigation into the e-files yesterday while we were sleeping?
Yeah, they. I don't know how they're going to do it until they have to. Who's going to do it? Who is going to hold him accountable? I mean,
what a shame.
I mean, who's going to do it? We're kind of like I say, everybody. We're kind of stuck here. We have to, the ship has been tipped over, and the people that are standing on the ship celebrating right now are going to be standing on that side of the ship when it rights itself. And guess where they're going? They're going out into the ocean.
Bingo.
So I would hope that everyone on here just tries to try to keep your sanity and let them do what they're going to do, because there's an ebb and flow to everything. And we're just in a negative time.
Yeah.
Just watch Star Wars. We're in the Empire Strikes Back part of the story again.
Wow.
And I feel like that I want people to take care of themselves. I'm seeing a lot of people starting to get real. Let it get into their psyche and their emotions, and it's affecting their health. And you don't need that cortisol.
It's hard for some people, though, honestly, because, we had an earlier situation and people are actually talking about the real life consequences to Donald Trump and his policies, tearing apart families. Folks aren't able to provide, get the medical coverage that they once were at least getting started to get used to, right? Medication costs are going through the roof. Cost of living is going through the roof. Your bills are going up. I think these people are in for a rude awakening.
My question is how do you say that you're a Christian and you support somebody who's a P3? I mean, how do you do that? Everything that's come out on him, he's on that list. He's on there, or they wouldn't be running and screaming trying to protect themselves.
Yeah, Kimmy, I see you out there too. You're in love with Big Zeus too. You and Vegas girl and the Bears. It's okay. Well, how do y'all continue to support this man?
Yeah, how do you?
And he's evil. He's vile. I never get it. And then they say, I try to just see the good that he's doing. He's a terrible person, but he's a great president. You ever heard him say stuff like that?
Yeah, I mean, he's all he does is talk about himself. He stole the trophy and the medal from a soccer team that wasn't even from the country.
So that's breaking a commandment.
Okay, so he's lying every day.
That's another one. Yeah.
You keep your hands off of children at all costs. I mean, and then there's a lot of very disparaging information that's coming out on him because Elon Musk got all of it and he has it. Then Ghislaine Maxwell starts talking. Now he's in it. He's in it.
Yeah.
And then you watch these people and you try to figure out why they're making excuses and not saying.
No, Kim.
The
no,
truth.
You're not. No, you're not, Kimmy. You can't be a supporter.
Viper, who's deflecting? Why don't you come up here and let's talk about it?
Viper, send a request or zip it. It's easy. Here it is, Dr. Lex. I figured it out. They don't ever want to come talk to us until they see someone defecting from the cult, because then they go, I would rather be that person getting free, not let them get free. So I'm going to come out here and try to throw some smoke in the game. And so they just sit back and they're listening right now because they know what you're saying and what I'm saying is 100% correct. He's at work. Yeah. Look at that. He's at work right now. Ain't that something? They got more excuses. They got where do they get these excuses from?
Yeah, something for every one of them that I see. Like even my neighbor that lives across the ridge was a Trump supporter, MAGA all the way up through and through. And I ran into her, and she was angry because her kids were on free lunch. Their free lunch got cut off in September. They're going to be taking, like I say, possum soup. They're going to be eating that possum soup. And condiment sandwiches.
Wow.
We just put mayonnaise on it. And she's like, I didn't know he's going to. That's the same thing I've heard 100 times in the last 3 months. I didn't know he was going to do that. That's how they talk around here.
That's how MAGA is right now.
Yeah, the guy down the road, his benefits got cut, and he was working for FEMA, and he cut the FEMA funding, so he doesn't have a job. He had one of them big 50. He wanted big $50 Trump banners on the front of his house.
Yeah.
And I was just.
It just means sucker. If you see someone waving a Trump flag, it just means sucker, as far as I'm concerned. He already called them silly. Well, he didn't say that word, but I used that word on TikTok to describe him. He insulted his supporters yesterday and said he doesn't need them.
Yeah, he doesn't. He's in there now. He's in. He doesn't need you anymore. He's your king. Remember that. And see, what I fear is this is going to take a hell of an effort to get clear of all this. And then, after World War II, they had to detox those people. They had to send them to classes and courses, and they had to make them let go of the ideology that they spent the last 10, 15 years enjoying. Because they were getting everything they wanted, because their leader was stealing everything from other countries and using other people for free labor.
Wow.
That's what the mustache man was doing. And you know what? The same thing was going on in the United States before the Civil War. They had free everything, free labor, getting immensely rich off of free. They didn't have to work.
Yeah. Wow.
We're in a pickle now. And I'm not gonna hold you up forever. But see, the thing is y'all, a lot of y'all voted because you thought that he was just gonna cook the people of color. And he's cooking y'all too. The hillbillies y'all going right in the stew together. And I see y'all every day.
Yep. I see him every day too.
When I see you at the grocery store looking at the green marked down meat, I told you.
They got to ask what's in that when they mark it down like that. All right. But listen, Dr. Lex, thank you, brother.
I haven't seen any road on a
Please, Dr. Lex. Please, Dr. Lex. That's enough. Listen, brother, I saw that. And yeah. You don't need to do any of that over here. All right. You don't need to do anything like that. But you know what? I hate to say this, but I think you've overstayed your welcome. All right, you've done enough damage this morning. All right,
what did I do?
You don't need to worry about that. Don't worry about it. Just know, stop it. You don't need to do it anymore. All right, and everybody out in the chat, they know exactly what he did. And make no mistake, ladies and gentlemen, he's in clear violation, ladies and gentlemen. He's in clear violation. Dr. Lex. Listen, before they start stoning you and throwing stuff at you, you need to go ahead and get on out of here. But all right, because you don't need this. All right, I'll take good care of this. All right, ladies and gentlemen, let's give it up to Dr. Lex. Don't be so mean on him. Don't be so mean to him. He's trying. All right, but all right, Dr. Lex. Thank you. Oh my goodness, ladies and gentlemen. Oh, look at that, ladies and gentlemen. Wow, what happened? W. Zeus. Ladies and gentlemen, it's unfortunate, but Big Zeus does have to wrap things up and get up out of here. I want to give all of you in the audience a huge round of applause. Thank you. All the subscribers, gifters, moderators, and panelists. Without you, this show wouldn't be what it is. Entertaining, educational, and definitely engaging. But I also got to give one last round of boos and shame, and this goes out to, we all know who these boos and shames go out to. This goes out to all of the Zeus haters out there, and these are not just my haters. These are all of your haters too. These folks are dead to rights. They're caught. They don't know what to do. We just heard from Straight Facts, Nick Fuentes telling them they don't even want to see more Republicans in any more elections right now, because guess what? The Republicans are doing something very, very nasty on their faces. It's disgusting. I can't believe it. And so MAGA is starting to wake up and realize that Donald Trump lied to them, and he has no respect for them. He insults them worse than we do. At least when we insult MAGA, we do it because look at what you're doing to this country. You're sending it down straight to hell, and you need to stop it. But there's compassion. Donald Trump could care less. He got your vote, and now it's all on. He's basically saying go straight to hell. So what we're going to do is give him one last round of, you guessed it, boos and shame.
Silence, you MAGA Damon.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, take care and stay safe out there in those TikTok streets. Have a great rest of your morning. Another show. You know what you did, Dr. Lex. You got some folks out here, they see you having a good time and they just try to figure out how to ruin it. And Dr. Lex knows what I'm talking about. Thank you, everyone. We did what we could on the backup, but I appreciate it. It's another great show. I hope you all enjoyed it. Let's go. What a great show. Thank you. Still doing the incredible work that it takes to save. Somebody said drill, baby, drill. Here it goes. Have a great rest of your morning. All right, we'll do a little drill, baby drill, and then we're out of here.
Kamala Harris's war in Pennsylvania.
You asked for it.
Because she's gonna ban fracking, right? 100%.
100%.
She's against fracking, against all this stuff, and then all of a sudden, about a year and a half ago, when she was getting killed in the polls, she said, "I like fracking very much." Look, they always go back to what they want. They always go back. She can't help it. She's a radical left Marxist. She can't help it. But we're going to end that, and we will frack, 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 and drill, baby, drill. Drill, baby, drill. We're going to be drilling so deep. We're going to be, for these guys, we're going to drill. We're going to take out so much money. We're going to pay down our debt. We're going to lower your taxes to
You're going to do that?
insane asylums. They go crazy when I say the late, great Hannibal Lecter. Drill, baby, drill. We're going to frack, frack. We're going to drill. There's a frack, frack, frack. There's a baby, there's a WrestleMania energy. Against all the stuff, and then all the stuff, and then all the stuff, and then all of a sudden we got a year to half ago. When she was getting killed in the past, she said, "I like fracking very much," but they always go back to what they want. They do. They always go back. She can't help it. She's a radical left right. She can't help it. But we're gonna end up, and we will frack, 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 and drill, baby, drill. We're gonna drill, baby, drill. We're gonna be drilling so deep. We're gonna be for these guys. We're gonna drill. We're gonna take out so much money. We're gonna pay down our debt. We're gonna lower your taxes. Deep insane asylum. They go crazy when I say the late great Hannibal.
Hit it.
Drill, baby, drill. We're gonna frack, frack, frack. Drill, baby, drill like it's Hannibal Lecter. Drill, baby, drill. We're gonna drill, baby, drill. We're gonna drill like it's Hannibal Lecter. Drill, baby, drill. We're gonna drill, baby, drill. We're gonna drill like it's Hannibal Lecter. Drill, baby, drill. We're gonna drill, baby, drill like it's Hannibal Lecter. Insane asylum. They go crazy when I say the late great Hannibal Lecter. They say,
why would he mention Hannibal Lecter? Why would you do that?
We're going to lower your taxes.
Oh, you are.
Deep insane asylums.
Deep?
They go crazy when I say the late great
Hannibal.
Drill, 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 baby, drill, with a frack, frack, frack.
Thank you.
Drill, baby, drill, like it's Hannibal Lecter. Drill, baby, drill, lower your taxes. Deep insane asylums.
They go crazy.
The late great Hannibal. Drill, 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 baby, drill. We're gonna be drilling. Drill, we're gonna play that like drill, baby, drill like it's Hannibal Lecter.
Drill, baby, drill like it's Hannibal Lecter time. We're gonna lower your taxes. Deep insane asylums. They go crazy when I say, how much do you need, baby? All right, because Tiny Tank Top Tim Tom, he can't afford it. He can barely afford a peanut butter and jelly sandwich. All right, but what I'll do is this. What I'm going to do is pay off all your debt. We're going to lower your taxes like you wouldn't believe. And then you know what we're going to do? We're going to do a little bit of that drill, baby, drill. And then some of that fracking because there's so much liquid gold underneath our feet. And all we got to do is drill, baby, drill to get to it. All right, ladies and gentlemen, y'all take care. Have a great rest of your morning. We are out of here. See you tomorrow. I'll be on my Mr. Crossing account tomorrow. All right, have a great one.